remember your first set at the Acme Open Mic?
Vaguely. Not really that well. I don't think anything eventful happened.
Because it was your first set here would have been the contest, probably, right?
And then I drove, after I moved on, then I drove up here from my parents' place.
I remember that, yeah. You used to
Yeah.
how far would you drive to the mic?
Like 2.5 hours, like one way, and then 2.5 hours back. So I remember doing that, but I don't remember how it went. And I always did the same material. I didn't have anything else. So I would just come that whole summer. I just did the same set no matter where I was.
That's funny because I guess it was the same set I saw you doing in Winona the first time I saw you.
Yeah, probably.
So then, because then you went away. When you came back, that's when you started doing like totally different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just my whole vibe changed. Yeah. I think I just got older.
Well, you were younger. Yeah, I mean, when you won the contest, what were you, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so yeah.
I had like just turned 19, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like pretty fresh.
Yeah.
As I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember it too well. It was when I was in college. I was here for winter break, and I used my star, and I did it then, and then I didn't get on for a few years. I don't remember how the set went. I'm sure I thought it went great, but if I got the tape, I'd be like, yeah, that was dog shit.
So you like did it and then took like some time. You didn't like do it and then, or I guess before you started coming around, like when you were in the contest and all that. Your first set had been like prior.
Yeah, it was a few years before because I used my star, and then I'd try signing up like every time I was home for winter break because I was going to school in Wisconsin.
Sure. Yeah.
And that was just not going to work. I came every few months and tried signing up, didn't get on. I was like wondering why I didn't get on. I was like, yeah, you have to be consistent and sign up. And I didn't start signing up again until the contest started rolling around.
Sure. I mean, it is tricky. People ask, like, how do you get on? And the answer is you got to show up a bunch because, some people I've heard, like, oh, they think they're so what a good. It's like, no, it's literally supply and demand. There's like 70 people signing up for and maybe 10 available spots. And so there's a line, it just is. But like, if you stick around.
Yeah, there's just so many good comics in the scene that there's only so many spots. So you just got to wait till you get up, try to kill, and then hopefully they remember you and get back on.
And it's like, the funny thing is that any good mic, like when you see even another open mic in a bar, like no one will really be going. It's not very popular, so everyone can get on. But as soon as there's an audience, it gets popular, then a bunch more comics get together, and then you got to curate the list. It's like the nature that if it's a good audience, probably is a harder list to get on. It's funny. It's like a pretty 1-to-1 thing. Yeah. It's not, it's not a mystery.
Yeah,
it's like, gee, people want to do the good one.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Hard to imagine. So do you don't remember your first? Like, do you remember any of the jokes that you did or anything? I mean, it's a long time ago.
No, I don't. I mean, I could probably find it somewhere, like in my notes app or something, but I'm sure I just would probably feel embarrassed reading it because it was probably pretty bad, I'd imagine.
And so then when you started really signing up and getting up was then the contest, basically.
Yeah, I'd signed up when I started comedy in Minneapolis, but I never got on. And then when the contest came around, I was like, I'm going to use my contest star to sign up. And then I did my set twice, and then I won the contest, and then I started doing it every week, or at least tried to.
Yeah, well, then winning the contest really helps.
Yeah.
That does help.
Yeah.
Again, free plug for the Acme's Funniest Person contest.
Yeah, do it.
Starting every May. And the contest the star, I think that's something people maybe don't always know about, which is if you sign up for the first time, if you've never been to this mic, you can be to other mics. If you've never been to this open mic, and you put a star by your name, you can only do it once to get on, but usually you get on if you they try to prioritize the people who are here for the first time. And I also tell people, if you use your star and don't get on, you can use the star again until you get on. Just don't do it after you get on.
Yeah. I was tempted. When I was like, I probably shouldn't do this.
Oh, people have tried. People have done it. And I remember, I'd be in the office when someone was making the list, and they'd be like, you've done this 3 times now. Come on. Or sign up under different names. And it's like, you can get away with it once, but once people notice, it's like, that guy.
Yeah, you kind of want people to notice too. It's like you want to do well enough where they remember. Like,
that's the irony. Is like if you're going unnoticed, it's not even.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. Yeah.
You're not winning anything here. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yes, I just moved here in 2021 in August, and it was my first time coming. It was my first open mic back in Minneapolis because I moved back from Boston, and I was the first one on stage, and I had 3 minutes, and I had jokes about trying to masturbate in my parents' house.
I remember that one. I remember that.
It's kind of a pretty good joke. It's something about Bluetooth. I don't even remember. But, and I remember making a joke about being first on stage, which was like not the joke to make, like being a new comic. And then James Stanley came up to me after, who is now one of my BFFs, and was like, "You're funny. Wait, who are you?" And then I became friends with James Stanley from that.
Nice.
Shout out James Stanley.
He was just here.
Put his clip next.
Do you remember the like? Do you remember the? Yeah. Do you remember like the response you got? Where you because you've been doing comedy, so
I've been doing comedy, yeah. So I like kind of tricked everybody.
No. That's
Yeah,
that's a good way to
yeah.
be, man.
Yeah. I don't remember the response at all, really. Yeah, I don't really remember the response at all. But I remember not being nervous at all. And then when I found out like how this mic worked, I was like, oh, I should have like taken that much more seriously.
But it might have worked
Yeah.
out better because you were like loose. You know, you're like,
Maybe.
I'm kind of casual, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I should have been.
Yeah.
It's like if you swim and then someone's like, there's snakes in that pond. You're like, I would have swam real different if I didn't know there was snakes in the
I
pond.
didn't know there were snakes in the pond.
I didn't know I was in danger.
And these
No one's
snakes
in
can't
danger.
keep me down. Okay.
But yeah, I think a little. I've always said that I think a little naivete at time, right, properly
Yes.
timed, is so helpful sometimes.
Yes.
It's like you don't always want to know everything.
As long as you don't come off as an asshole.
Yeah. That would probably the number one rule of all open mics, really.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by this mic when you did it the first time?
I wasn't, but that's because everybody had been like I'd come back and done comedy in Minneapolis, and
Sure.
everybody has always been like, this is the mic. It's really good. So I knew the reputation of it. So, I remember being like, this is it. Like, this is a big one. Like, as much as I said I didn't know how like serious it was, like the whole hiring process, I did know like how the people came.
Like, this is going to be like
Yeah.
different than the 3 people in the bar open mic. This is going to be
Yes.
like a show.
Yes, and I knew that. So yeah, I wasn't really like surprised about that at all.
I think that's a really helpful thing that comics who come up here and do a lot of open mics here. Some open mics kind of only train you to do open mics a little bit.
To make your
mic,
friends in the back laugh.
Yeah, this mic
yeah.
trains you how to do a show.
Yeah.
Like if you got booked at some
Mhm.
brewery, you know, to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you know you will probably have fewer people there. This will be probably similar or better than the paid show.
Yeah.
So you like actually have that experience.
Teaches you to engage with like a full room of audience members, like
Yeah.
over here, over there.
Uh-huh.
And you don't get that at a bar. No, you're just dealing with a drunk guy on a stool most
Yeah.
of the time. Yeah.
Which is not always so bad.
Yeah, I was 16, so I was very young. So it was a long time ago. That's mainly why I blocked out of it. But I remember it was like my first open mic I ever did was this open mic. And I remember everybody was like, don't run the light, don't run the light, don't run the light. When you see the light, get off stage. When you see the light, get off stage. And I remember the very first time the light flashed, I clicked the mic in the stand and ran off stage.
It's not the worst plan.
No. I was like telling my set, like watching the light, too. I was very nervous.
Sure.
I remember it going, like, I remember like getting off stage and being like, that was fun. I remember that. I remember getting some kind of laughs to some extent. Like, I remember wanting to keep doing it, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
But, yeah, I do not remember that much from that night.
Do you remember any of the jokes that you did?
No. Probably just like, I think I told like a short bus joke, I'm pretty sure. But it was because my little brother, something happened where he like accidentally had to go be on the short bus one day, and it was like a joke about. It wasn't like a,
Yeah.
you know.
Although a lot
It
of
was a
people's-
really good short bus joke. I was 16. I knew what I was doing.
I think most people would cringe if they saw a couple of topics they talked about in their first
Oh,
month.
dude, you showed me a video from 2 years ago. I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Were you surprised? What were you surprised by, or were you surprised by anything the first time you did the mic?
I feel like what this room seats like 275. It
Yeah.
feels like there's like 1,000 people in here. Like your first few times like coming because the mic's packed.
Yeah.
The mic's packed. There's so many people here, and then you're on stage and like you get a laugh and it feels huge.
Yeah, like you're in a stadium or
Yes,
something.
it
Yeah.
feels very big. And I think mainly it's like the lighting and like everything and like, you know, I was like so young and I was never at a comedy club. I never went to a comedy club or saw live comedy until I went to like open mics to start doing comedy.
Well, you were 16.
Yeah. So I never
couldn't get into most
I
places.
didn't know had no idea what to expect.
Sure.
At all.
Yeah. I think that's true for audience members just watching a lot of times. They go,
Yeah.
oh, this is what it's like, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You see it on TV. It's very
Yeah.
different, right? At the
And then
Fallon
I
or
started
something.
meeting comics that like worked at Acme, and I was like, what does that mean to like work here? Though? Or, like, what does that mean?
When I told people I work here, a lot of times, like new comic, so I work at Acme, and they're like, oh, are you like a
door
janitor,
guy or
or like
something.
like an usher?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the whole world is like you learn it pretty fast, but it's like there's a lot of new terminology to pick up.
Yeah. 100%.
First Acme Open Mic set, I was in Africa for 10 weeks, and the whole time I was in Africa, I told myself I was going to do comedy. I wrote in notebooks the whole time I was there. I filled out 2 notebooks. I was doing the artist way thing.
Oh, sure.
And
yeah.
then I landed, I went to Bunny's, watched an open mic there.
Okay.
And the next day was Monday open mic. Put my star down, and when I got here, I saw like 2 people I knew from high school doing comedy, Ashanafi and Toby. They went to high school with me.
Yeah.
So I saw them. I was like, oh, shit, what's up, dude? And then we smoked a blunt. And then I drank 2 of the tall beers. And then Amid was here, and I was hanging out with Amid at the time because he knew Toby and Ashanafi. And the whole time he just kept going, dude, they changed the list. You're going up earlier. And I just kept going, fuck you. And then I went up. It was very fun. I had a good time. And then I got off, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this. This is what I'm gonna do."
Wow. And that was your first comedy set ever.
First ever, yeah.
And it was and your first open mic
Yes,
was here.
first open mic, first comedy set ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was so much fun.
You started off on the right foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you continue to do that well in the next few sets?
Nomad World Pub was the next day, and my knees were fucking banging against each other the entire time.
How long did it take you to get back up here?
Probably 4 months. I got on the first year. I was getting on maybe once, signing up every week, maybe once every 4 months. 4
Sure.
months-ish. Yeah.